Alright, YouTube and Facebook, we have gotten high tech, and look, I got a phone mount for this cell phone that I'm videoing with for all of a massive bank breaking $6 off Amazon. It's great. So that's what I'll be using today. Those of y'all that have seen my videos before, yeah, this is my backyard, so sorry about the mess. Kids have been playing with toys and stuff, but yeah, so we're sitting at 20 yards from that target out there, the box with the paper on it, and that is my backstop. It's just I think that's just a little bit thicker than 3/4 inch plywood, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I've got a speed bag that's made for high-speed crossbows that just never got used around here because, well, I don't have the space really for the speed that crossbow that I have is shooting without risking it. You know, if I had one thing go wrong, you're looking at a broadhead flying over a fence, and that's not going to be good. But the air rifle is quite more controllable, so I use it for that. If I ever use it for the crossbow, I'll pull it out of there and then flip it around on the other side where it didn't have any lead in it. But it does a good job. Nothing's ever gotten through this setup. It is all bolted together down there. It works great for me, and sure, the weather is going to deteriorate it after a while, but I mean, plywood's cheap, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, like I said, this camera mount, $6. All right, loosen that, turn it around. That's the brand. It's just one of those, you know, made in China off brands that, you know, whoever's selling these things is just trying to make a buck and produce them for a lot cheaper. It's got a screw down clamp right here. Works really, really well. All right, once again, this is the Crosman, or excuse me, the Benjamin Trail NP XL1100 in 22 caliber. Y'all, my order of ammo finally came in, -1. The only one that is not here is the JSB Jumbo Heavies, the 18.13 grain. But I got a variety of stuff here. Now, the PCP Discoveries from Benjamin, I'm going to show you these in the video, but y'all, where are my hollow points? These hollow points, I don't have many of them left. I need to order some more. I thought they were going to be about the same thing because same parent brand. They look almost exactly the same. Actually, they do look exactly the same, but these Benjamins out of this rifle, and it could be different for you even if you got the same model, but these Benjamins out of this rifle, man, in comparison, they suck. So these hollow points, they are just as good as my Ultra Magnums. These Ultra Magnums, they did redo the new containers. They do have the 14.3 grain labeled on there, and now they've changed the name to domed Ultra Magnums. So if you try and find these, that's what you're going to see nowadays. So just be prepared for that if you look for them. Alright, so just a quick rundown on the new pellets. So we'll just start over here with the Premiers. Domed Ultra Heavies, 19 grain. I saw these and I was like, okay, well, these two did so well, I've got to try them. None of these pellets over here, except for, these are the only 3 that I've ever tested on this rifle out of this selection. So couldn't find a sample pack of all of these that I wanted to try, so I bought the smallest tins of all of them. So yeah, 19 grain domed Ultra Heavies. We got the Baracuda match. These are the 5.53 millimeters, not just the regular 5.5 millimeter that is marked up here. And if you look at the label back there, you can see 5.53 200S on there, and that's for 5.53 millimeter. So it's just a little bit wider on the skirt, which I found with this rifle, the tighter the fit, the more accuracy you're getting, because the lands and grooves are digging into whatever your ammo is. All right, the Baracuda Powers. These are the copper plated. These are 5.50. So we'll see how those do in comparison. They did not have, or at least at the time that I was shopping, they did not advertise anything with a wider skirt. So the regular 5.5, we will see. notice I got a lot of H&N stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you what, it's because they have heavy pellets for cheaper prices, and that's why I wanted to try them. I like cheap ammo. Okay, this is another, I believe this is 5.5 as well. Yeah, this is 5.5, not 5.51 or anything, or 5.52, 5.53. I think those are the only different sizes I could find. But 17.13 grain silver points. Now, AirArms Diablo Field Heavies, the 18 grains. I got high hopes for those. I got really high hopes for these, y'all. This is a massive pellet. When they say jumbo monster, it's a freaking monster of a pellet. It is great. So I got real high hopes for this. 25.39 grains. That's awesome. That's gonna lay the hurting on some small game. All right, and then sniper magnums. So not sure how that pellet design between those two is going to do. This one's got a lot more rounding at the end versus this one. Those are really the only two that are shaped in that that kind of cut or mold or whatever you want to call it. Whereas we have more of a domed pellet for this one. These four, we got the two hollow points and the one pointed pellet that I wanted to try. So I'm going to cut this right here. These are my targets that I'm going to be using. I'm going to label what I'm going to do. So just to let you know, if you've seen any of my videos, you know how well the Ultra Magnums do. So I'm going to start with warming up in the middle. Sorry, I'm videoing and looking at the screen. I'm going to warm up in the middle right here. And my rifle is zeroed for the Ultra Magnums, the 14.3 grains. Yeah, typically after I get going a little bit, you know, I'm punching one hole at 20 yards. So I'm gonna get warmed up with that. I'll blast a big ass hole through this thing. After that, I'm gonna have these corner targets labeled. Ooh, hey, stray cat. We got too many of those around here. And we got a lot of feral cats around here. Anyways, these, all the four corners are going to be labeled with what pellet I'm going to test. I got so many, I'm trying to get this done before church this morning. So it is about 7:30. I've got at least 8 different pellets that I'm for sure wanting to get through. So we're going to do 5-shot groups after I get warmed up and go from there. Let's see how it does. I'll see what the zoom is. You all see where I'm shooting from, and what I may do is take this tripod, move it up towards the target, and that way you can see what the hits are and what's actually hitting where. All right, but let's have some fun. Let's test some pellets. All right, YouTube and Facebook. So all right, here we go. The sun's going to be breaking over the trees again. Like my last video, you would have a lot of trouble seeing what in the world's happening. So I'm going to still shoot from the same position, but you're going to have to watch from up here instead of what I like to do back there with me shooting. That way you can at least see what the results of the testing are as it's happening. Just like I'm going to see. Like I said, I'm going to start with the Ultra Mags in the middle. Just get warmed up. We already know how accurate those can get for me. I was blasting aspirins off golf tees and shooting. I was hanging a pellet on over this target and then 20 yards away shooting it with another pellet. So those are extremely accurate. I'm looking for a heavier pellet with either the same accuracy or greater accuracy. That's the goal. All right, here we go. Alright, round one. Let's see how we did. It looks to me I ended up doing 7 shots instead of 5. Looks to me like they got, pretty much all of them got some potential. The match is 3 holes and 7 shots. The 19 grain domes did really well. Had 1 flyer off of there. That's definitely my fault. When I was getting warmed up, those Ultra Mags got a couple of flyers. But you see the main hole they were going through where it's zeroed. The Baracuda powers. Y'all, it's so freaking humid out here. I'm having to wipe the lens on the scope every single time. We're down in Georgia right now shooting. The monsters actually seem to be about the most consistent. I'm very pleased about that. The first shot is the only one that dropped, but I think that's because of how I seated it the first time. Because, man, like I told you, those are monster pellets. No pun intended. Monsters, I mean, the match are consistent. It's like, but why 3 holes? So the match and the monsters are definitely match. Monsters and the domes, I'm gonna have to test those all again. Baracuda powers had some stringing going on, going up and down. I think that was me. I think all these pellets are gonna deserve a retest later on, but this is just the initial, so you can kind of get a view of what I'm working with. We'll see. We'll see. All right, I'm stopping the video now. I'm gonna get the next set up. All right, y'all, new target. I'm probably shooting way faster than what I should, but it's getting us a general idea. I'm gonna put some hollow points so you can see the accuracy. And like I said, I'm getting about the exact same accuracy with the Crosman Premier hollow points as I am the Ultra Magnums. So I'm gonna put a few of those in the middle of the target. Then we've got the PCP Discovery Hollows on the top left, Sniper Mags top right. Bottom left is going to be the 18 grain AirArms. Bottom right will be the 17.13 silver points. All right, let's see what we get. All right, well, let's see. The hollow points, I did have that first shot fly, but that was me pulling the trigger. The PCPs, the Discoveries, man, those did way better today. I don't know. I mean, yeah, y'all have heard me talk a lot of crap about those pellets because, well, you know, they did not get near that for me last time I shot them. I don't know, maybe the rifle just needed to warm up to them, or I was shooting bad when I shot them. It could have been either one. Sniper Mags did all right, not too bad. The silver points, I kind of expected that because I've tested pointed pellets in this rifle before. Y'all, this rifle does not like pointed pellets at all. I just wanted to see if the heavier grain with the pointed pellet and the cut might have made a difference, because it was a little, if you could look at the picture of the top of the tin, it's an accurate picture of how they are made, and those are some ugly pellets, and they fly in an ugly pattern from my rifle. But those AirArms pellets, man, those seem to have done really, really well. So hollow points are still good. Grouped a little high right. Same with the Discoveries, but the Discoveries actually kind of grouped about in the exact same position, which I'm happy with that. So who knows, they might perform the same. What I am going to do though is I'm going to take those AirArms and I'm going to test those again. We're going to do one last page. I got just a little bit of time before I got to start getting ready for church, you know, get the kids up, all that kind of thing. I'm going to test the AirArms and I'm going to test the 4 on the outer ring from the last page because I think those deserve another shot. Really, I should probably do another with the sniper mags too, because I think that one that's up there was a pulled shot by me. These are all doing relatively well. It's just a question if I'm taking enough time, because I am shooting fast this morning, y'all. So I'm loading and haven't fired the shot within, you know, 15-20 seconds and it's gone. So we'll see. Let me stop this, we'll get the next setup. Alright y'all, here we go, last string. So I'm going to go 5 shots only. We're going to see how well I do. AirArms seem to have done the best. So 5 shots apiece. I've got AirArms and sniper marked on the center ring. We're going to go AirArms 5 rounds first, sniper 5 rounds second. So you can see how they're grouping. Hopefully they'll group in slightly different positions so you can see distinctly, but if they shoot the same, then great. Then we'll go starting with the monsters clockwise around, and let's see what we do. Alright, let's see how we did. So, you're going to notice I took an extra shot for the monsters, because that one right there, I jerked the trigger pretty bad. Now, also, I couldn't tell from the scope which one it was. For the match 5.53s, I could not tell which one it was, but out of the holes on the page. But the first shot, I jerked the trigger bad on that one, and I had one with the powers that I jerked one time on the trigger. Each one of those groups, I gave an extra shot to replace the one that I knew it was me. Otherwise, I gave it just the 5. So, but it looks like with the powers, even though I jerked the trigger once, it didn't really matter too much because that whole set spread out a little bit. I'm going to have to go back and review for the snipers, the AirArms, the AA 18 grains. They seem to do good. The monsters, however, y'all, I'm so happy about that group. That group is freaking awesome. I mean, it's all connected to one hole. So that group will move on to the next round. Looks like AirArms will match. Let me get a closer look. Match is spread out too much. I mean, it's spread from the T where I wrote match at the top all the way over halfway into the next square, and I guess that was the one that I pulled on the red line. So match and power are going to be eliminated. Sniper mags, I got a feeling they're going to be eliminated too after I watch the video. The domes, I think we might be able to work with those a little bit more. But the good thing is, y'all, I mean, all of these are doing well enough to where I could take these squirrel hunting out to about 20-25 yards and be just fine. So looks like we're gonna have no wasted pellets except for these silver points. The silver points, I'm not hunting with those. They were too sporadic. We'll go from there. So the silver points will be when I'm working with my kids on shooting their air rifles out here and busting cans and stuff, and I'll just use those up then, so I'm not using my good ammo. So all right, hope you enjoyed watching. You see the results as I see them. That's it.